Imagine being left at the altar on your wedding day. Now, picture finding love and family in the most unexpected places. Today, we dive into the heartwarming journey of a woman who thought she had lost everything, only to find it all over again. Martha Johnson stood at the altar, her heart pounding in her chest. The church was filled with the soft hum of whispers and the rustling of expensive dresses. The white roses in her bouquet seemed to mock her as she clutched them tightly. Trying to keep her composure, her fiancé, Richard, had promised her a lifetime of happiness. But as the minutes ticked by, it became clear that he had other plans. The church doors had slammed shut 20 minutes ago when her maid of honor burst through them. Tears streaming down her face, she delivered the news that would shatter Martha's world. "He's gone, Martha." Richard left with Linda. They drove away together. The words echoed in the sacred space as Martha felt her knees buckle. Her fiancé had run away with her best friend on their wedding day, leaving her abandoned at the altar like some tragic character from a movie she'd never wanted to star in. The pastor cleared his throat awkwardly, unsure whether to comfort the bride or dismiss the congregation. Martha could hear whispers rippling through the pews behind her. "Did you know about this? I always thought Linda was too close to him." Poor Martha. How humiliating. Martha's mother rushed forward from the front pew, her face pale with shock and fury. "Sweetheart, we need to get you out of here." But Martha couldn't move. She stared at the empty space where Richard should have been standing, where he should have been promising to love her forever. Instead, he was probably miles away by now, holding Linda's hand and laughing about how they'd escaped the boring life he would have had with Martha. The truth was, Martha had sensed something was wrong for weeks. Richard had been distant, always finding excuses to stay late at work or go out with friends. When she tried to talk about the wedding details, he'd wave her off, saying he trusted her judgment. She'd convinced herself he was just stressed about the commitment. That all grooms got nervous. How wrong she had been. "Martha, honey, people are staring," her mother whispered urgently. "Let's go to the back room." Finally, Martha found her voice, though it came out as barely more than a whisper. "He really left me." Martha's mother looked at her with pity and anger. "That coward doesn't deserve you, sweetheart. He never did." But his words fell hollow. If Richard didn't deserve her, why had he been so easy to win over? Why had Linda, who'd been Martha's best friend since college, found it so simple to steal him away? The questions burned in Martha's mind as she finally allowed her parents to guide her toward the back of the church. As they walked down the aisle, Martha caught glimpses of sympathetic faces and pitying glances. Mrs. Thompson from her neighborhood looked ready to cry. Her cousin Rebecca was shaking her head in disbelief. Martha's college friends huddled together, whispering furiously about Richard and Linda's betrayal. The reception hall was already set up with white linens, golden trapezes, and a 3-tier cake that Martha had spent hours designing with the baker. 200 plates of salmon and chicken would go to waste. The D had probably already set up his equipment, ready to play their first dance song. At Last by Etta James, Martha almost laughed at the bitter irony. In the church's back room, Martha finally broke down. The tears came in waves, soaking the delicate lace of her bodice as her mother held her tight.